Welcome back to the Octopus Ukulele Academy, and today's question comes from Claudio in Finland. Good to hear from Finland. I had a great time over there. Wonderful ukulele scene. Andy, I've been reading a lot lately about ukuleles made from different materials and woods. Does the material a ukulele is made of make a big difference to the sound, and is there a material that sounds the best? Well, I'll give you my thoughts. There are three categories of materials to discuss: solid wood, laminate and synthetics like plastic. The very best ukes are solid wood, and that's what all the top players favour to get the best possible sound. Laminate and synthetic ukes are an attempt to imitate the sound of real wood, but with other considerations taken into account, such as affordability and sturdiness. Plastic ukes weren't introduced with the intention of making a better sound. They were intended to be cheap and less susceptible to humidity and rough treatment, but we're focusing on the sound. So, why does a top quality solid wood uke sound better than a laminate? Well, the job of the uke's body, particularly the top surface or soundboard, is to vibrate and to transmit vibrations, and the right kind of timber does that very well. In the case of laminate, several thin layers of wood are bonded together, so although it's a very strong construction, it actually inhibits the vibration. So while laminate is resilient, it's also less responsive. Does this mean that a solid wood uke is automatically better than a laminate? No, definitely not. A thoughtfully designed, carefully made laminate uke can sound better than a low quality solid wood uke. Some very good results come about from the cost effective compromise of a solid wood top with laminate back and sides. The top is the most important part in creating the initial sound because it receives the vibrations from the bridge, whilst the back and the sides sort of reflect the sound and add colour to it. But what I'm saying is that if it's skillfully designed and crafted, solid wood has the potential to give the very best tone quality. Now, having established that, the question is, of course, what kind of wood? Well, we're getting into subjective territory because one person might listen to a uke and say, that's the best sound I've ever heard, while someone else might say, no, I prefer this one. So it's a tricky subject. I've played hundreds of ukes over the years, but I can't claim to have compared them scientifically, and nor have many other people. There is a lot of mythology out there. Some people will claim to know a lot about this topic, but in reality, they're just basing their opinions on the comparison of a couple of individual instruments. And the thing is, you can take two pieces of wood from the same tree and they will give different sounds. Likewise, you can take two ukes of the very same model and they'll sound different from each other. There are a lot of variables in play besides the species of the tree. There's the climate where it grew, how the wood was seasoned, and then there's the thickness, the finish, the bracing, the strings. And when it comes to the sound, there's not only the question of personal taste, but also what purpose are you going to put the instrument to? Are you strumming or fingerpicking? Are you performing on stage or just at home? Are you going to be amplified or not? All these things will influence the choice of material because different woods do have different characteristics. Now, the most qualified people to make these comparisons are probably those who work in ukulele shops and have an awful lot of ukes passing through their hands. But I'll try and make a few observations. The classic traditional woods of some of the most revered ukuleles are koa and mahogany. Mahogany is very light but strong. It gives wonderful projection and volume and a very even tone. It has a smooth sound, but it really rings. Koa is a beautiful looking wood. It's a little bit softer in tone, but with a lovely warmth to it. Koa is a very rare wood actually. It only grows in Hawaii. It is often noted that it's a member of the acacia family, but acacia is a vast classification of woods, so don't assume that they're all the same because they're not. However, acacia of other types can be very successful too. Recently, spruce has become more popular as people have gravitated towards the ukulele from the world of the guitar. Spruce is traditionally used for the top of a guitar. So how does spruce work on a uke? Well, a spruce top gives a loud tone. There's a real bite to the attack, generally favoured by finger pickers. Can be a little too harsh and in your face for a strummer. It works well combined with sides and back made of maple or a fruit wood such as walnut, mango, cherry or whatever. And these woods are very good for soundboards too and are well thought of. Cedar is also becoming more popular for tops. It's similar to spruce, but a little bit softer sounding, which some people prefer. So we can make a few generalisations, but when you start to review the available woods, you quickly see that the species of wood itself is not necessarily the criterion on which you should base your purchase. It's an unnecessary prejudice, actually. There are too many other factors that influence the sound, like the details of the design, the strings, the individual piece of timber. So the best thing to do is decide what sound you want from a uke to suit your personal taste and style, and then look around you to see what models other people are having success with as a clue to finding the right uke for you. Keep sending those questions in. I'll see you soon.